If you've trained abs like this, then there's definitely a change that you're going to want to make to be way more effective when you're doing it. Hi, I'm Rob from AMR Physio, and that is what we're getting into in today's video. How to effectively train abs and core to get the most benefit from it. We'll be getting into what you need to change depending on the exercise you're doing and why, in order to help reduce injury and keep you training for longer. First off, if you're just training abs the standard way, then we know you need to be hitting all areas. You want to be getting the upper, the lower, the obliques, and the deeper core. But the exercises you choose isn't as important as how you're actually doing them. The biggest mistake that's made is to do with a tilt of the pelvis, namely doing exercises with an anterior pelvic tilt. This is where the front of the pelvis drops down and lengthens the abs, which then makes it harder to fully contract and engage them, compared to a posterior pelvic tilt, which makes it much easier to get a strong contraction. You can try it now, just by going from anterior pelvic tilt, lengthening, trying to engage and contract your abs, and then moving into the posterior pelvic tilt and then trying to do the same thing. You'll be able to feel that difference. So when doing exercises, you really want to focus on this posterior pelvic tilt and really contracting the abs rather than just doing the movement. This is especially true when doing things like leg raises off the floor. You want to be keeping your back flat with the pelvis in that posterior pelvic tilt position. And the exercise then basically becomes fighting to stop your back raising up off the floor. That's going to be way more effective for training your abs than just lifting your legs up and down. When the abs give out and the back starts to raise, you can most likely carry on with the exercise, but you're just going to be feeling it more in your back, and now you're not actually training the abs anymore. So ideally, you would have stopped before this point. You can change your position even further when doing things like the leg raise, and you can do that by going up onto your elbows and really exaggerating that posterior pelvic tilt to keep everything engaged. The next step to intensify things is activating the transverse abdominis, also known as the TBA. And you're doing this basically by sucking your belly button in, or you'll often hear it as drawing it in towards your spine. Now, this makes the exercise a lot harder and you won't be able to do as much, but it's a lot more effective to train and improve the core, not just doing the movements for the sake of it. Say when you're doing the plank, you can do this in an anterior pelvic tilted position and probably hold it for a fair amount of time. And it would probably be easier than doing it in a posterior pelvic tilt position, when you're really focused on contracting the abs and engaging that TBA. But a minute doing it like this will go way further than doing it 2 minutes the other way. The abs and core will also get worked with compound exercises like the squat and the deadlift. However, for this, rather than drawing in, what you're trying to do instead is create more intra-abdominal pressure. So it's going to be more like you're pushing out instead. This is a stronger setup for heavier work. Imagine an unopened drinks can. It's filled with air and pressure, and it's really hard and it won't crumble in. That's the kind of thing you're wanting to create and how you're wanting to work the abs with these kind of lifts. So the core gets worked differently depending on the exercise and the task at hand, and that difference can help in reducing injuries. If you're looking for exercises to work on the abs and core directly, then check out this video here, which has got a wide range of exercise from advanced to beginner, and try incorporating some of the tips we've suggested in this video and feel the difference.